Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are about to head over to Walmart and pick up our groceries. This is the very first time I am doing this, but I'm pretty excited. My mom and I actually ordered our groceries late last night and we are picking it up I think at like 11. So we are about to head out and we will kind of take you through the process and then we'll be back here and do our grocery haul.
You know my little triggers keep on triggering them all. I've had enough of this, so our timeline's getting worn out when we're going back and forth. You know we're only pretending, we're only weak and lonely.
Hey Noah. Are you trying to cover your face? Yeah. So we are just waiting at the Walmart grocery pickup line. So all we did was we just drove up and we parked in these like little like reserved areas. And then they just walked up and asked our name and confirmed the order and now they're just like loading it in. So it's pretty sweet. I'm really excited. I might start doing this all the time.
Why can't we face it? Keep on paper chasing. All these made up reasons, you're the only one for me. My heart is wasted. Keep on paper chasing. Acting pretty small when we are growing out of love. It never was.
Today I have another grocery haul for you, but this one is going to be a little bit different. I didn't go to the actual store and do my own shopping. Today I went with the Walmart grocery pickup. I have never tried this before. I've been saying I'm gonna do it for a really long time and I honestly just kind of forget about it because you have to prepare ahead of time and shop like the day before or the night before usually. And so I just haven't done it yet, but this week was so crazy. My family's in town. I didn't want to spend the time at the grocery store and Luke is just starting back at school. He started back at school last week. So I thought I would just go ahead and share this grocery haul with you guys and kind of give you a little bit of my insight on it and just kind of how my experience went. But before we get into the actual grocery haul, I will go ahead and share what we are having for meals this week. So on Monday, we are having pasta with red sauce. Tuesday will be black bean tacos. Wednesday is chow mein. Thursday is veggie pot pie. Friday is pizza and movie night, Saturday is Mexican quinoa, and Sunday will be cauliflower soup. So a few of the recipes that I am making this week have already been made into recipe videos, so definitely check out the Cook With Me playlist. I will link it up above for you guys and also down in the description box. But if there are any of those recipes that I have not already made into videos that you would really like to see, go ahead and leave me a comment down below and I will be taking the most popular requests and making videos from those. So towards the end of this video, I will kind of explain how the Walmart grocery pickup worked for me and how my experience was and if I would recommend it again. I also will have a link down below for you guys if you want to try it out. I believe it will give you about $10 off. So that's what I did on this one. So I actually got everything plus $10 off. So I felt really good about my price, but let's go ahead and get on into the haul. So the first thing I picked up today was 2 bunches of bananas. They did have organic bananas for a pretty good price, so I went ahead and just got these. I do feel like I would have probably picked a little bit nicer looking ones. So that has been one thing that I've been a little bit concerned about is just like, I'm so picky with my produce and I feel like so much of our stuff is from produce that is something that I've been a little bit concerned about. I haven't actually gone through everything yet, so seeing the bananas, they're okay, they're not terrible, but I do feel like if I were at the store, I probably would have picked a little bit nicer looking ones. But we will go through a lot of bananas in our house. We have them just as snacks. My boys love bananas and we will also make banana ice cream and put them into smoothies and things like that. So we definitely go through bananas every single week. So the next thing I got is 2 cucumbers and these will be going into juices. I also got 3 squash and I actually had only ordered 2, but I think because these ones were pretty little guys, they ended up giving me 3 and I think it was like a little bit cheaper than what I had planned to spend on them. So it works out, it's all the same. I also got 2 zucchinis and both the zucchini and the squash will just go for sides for dinners this week. And also we will probably chop some up and put them into breakfast bakes with like potatoes, onions, peppers, carrots, and zucchini and squash. I also got a big carton of this organic baby spinach. I do feel like it's a little bit better deal at Costco, but not so much that I can't buy other places. So I do love to get it at Costco, but when I don't, I will get it somewhere else, and it wasn't too pricey. So we will just be putting these mostly into smoothies and maybe a little bit into green juices as well. And then I got a huge watermelon. One thing that I do love about Walmart is I don't ever see their watermelons per pound, and everywhere else here they sell them per pound, and I feel like they are like so expensive, between even like $6 or $7 or $8 or even $9 a watermelon, which is pretty pricey. And this, I believe, was only like $4.50-ish, but as usual, I will have the price up here for you guys. But we just are going to be having this for a snack. And then I got some cilantro, and this will be going into some homemade guacamole and also into our Mexican quinoa. And then I got 1 head of cauliflower, and this will be going into our cauliflower soup. I also am not going to be using it this time, but I love having just fresh cauliflower chopped up and having it with buffalo sauce. Our very favorite one is the Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo sauce, but that is like one of my very favorite snacks, and same with cucumbers. So if you guys have not tried that yet, I've been telling you for months and months and months, but you guys need to go try that. It is so, so good. The next thing I got is just some bread, and this is the Oro Wheat Whole Grains Oat Nut Bread. The next thing I picked up is 2 packages of tofu. This is the organic extra firm tofu, and I love getting tofu for tofu scrambles. I feel like it is so, so good as opposed to having eggs. So that is mostly what these will be for, and they last for a while, so I just like to get 2, that way I have them on hand. The next thing I got is a little bag of shredded carrots. This is one of those little shortcut things I get sometimes, but I will be adding this into salads, and the biggest thing I got this for is actually our chow mein that we were having this week. It is super good. I kind of just threw a bunch of things together and it worked out really well. I'm going to be switching up the recipe a little bit, but I'm planning to film that because when I shared it on my Insta stories last 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago or something, you guys all were messaging me wanting that recipe. So I'm kind of tweaking it a little bit, making it where I think it will taste perfect. And then I will film that and share that with you guys because I think you guys are going to love it, and it is so easy. The next thing I picked up was a big bag of these mixed vegetables. So this has carrots, green beans, corn, and peas, but I thought this would just be perfect for our veggie pot pies that we're going to be having later this week. And I also got 2 huge bunches of kale. These are mostly going to be going into smoothies, and I will also be putting them into green juices. But one little tip that I have for kale is, again, I have this tip for my spinach as well, but if you feel like you aren't going to be using your greens and you're just going to put them in to like smoothies and things like that, put them, like with the kale, just go ahead and take the stem off, put them into a bag and put them in your freezer, and they are good to go. And then you can just toss them right in, and then that way you just don't have to worry about them going bad on you, because they will stay good in there for like a month or so before they go bad in like a week in your fridge. So definitely try that out if you feel like you're not going to be using your greens. And another little tip for freezing your items, if you see it in your freezer section at the store, chances are you can freeze it at home. Like you can freeze spinach, you can freeze veggies, you can just freeze so much. I will even have berries in my fridge, and if they are feeling like they are about to go bad, they're kind of on their last leg, I will just stick the whole carton right into my freezer and then use it up for smoothies, and it just gives it a few more days. It gives it like another week, and it is good to go, and that way you're just not throwing away a lot of extra produce. So the next thing I got was just some taco shells. I usually like to get the super stuffer taco shells. I think they're just like a little bit bigger, because that way I feel like everyone's not eating so many of them, and that way we can just kind of fit more filling in there. But they didn't have them, so I went ahead and just got a big pack because our family is starting to eat more as my boys are growing up. And also we have family here. My mom and my sister are in town right now, so I wanted to just make sure that we had enough. And we are going to be making black bean tacos. I did just share that, I think, last week, so I will go ahead and link that up here for you guys. If you haven't seen that one already, you definitely want to try it out. It's so, so good. Even like all my boys love it. Next, I got some tostada shells. These are not really on our menu for dinners this week, but for lunches, these are a great option. All you have to do is either get like some canned refried beans, or I like to make some homemade refried beans and just keep that in the fridge for the week. And these are so, so good and so perfect and easy for a quick lunch. And then I got some Italian dressing. This will mostly just be going into like pasta salads that I like to make every week or two, and then just have them in the fridge for Luke's lunches at school, or also just for snacks or lunches or things like that. I also got some quinoa. Now normally I would definitely want to pick this up in the bulk bin at Winco or even at Costco, but I'm not really sure when I'm going to be going to Costco next, and I actually think I am almost out of quinoa, so I wanted to make sure that I had some for our dinners this week. So I went ahead and just picked up a box or a bag of this, and it is just the Walmart brand organic white quinoa. And the Mexican quinoa is already made into a video, so I will go ahead and link that one up here for you guys so you can check that one out. The next thing I got is a red onion, and this will mostly be going into our guacamole. I also got some baking powder. This is again probably something that I will end up getting at Winco in their bulk section, but I needed some. I'm almost out. Now that school's been starting, I've been starting to make like freezer pancakes, and all you do for freezer pancakes is just make however you make your normal pancakes, and then just let them cool on the counter and then put them into a bag and like a freezer bag, and then pop them in your toaster, and they are the perfect quick breakfast, like on the go. You can just grab them, pop them in, and they are good to go. I do have a really good pancake recipe. If you guys are interested in me sharing that, let me know. I can definitely share that one. It would be super easy. It's very quick. It is homemade from scratch, and it has no eggs, no dairy or anything like that, so it is pretty good for you. And then I got 3 tomatoes. These are just the Roma tomatoes, and I will be putting these into our guacamole. The next thing I got is some Gala apples. I get these in every single haul. They are our favorites. One thing that I'm feeling like I don't really care for with the grocery pickup is that you can't use your reusable bags, and so I'm finding like a ton of plastic. I do usually use my reusable big bags, and then I also use the little laundry mesh bags that I get from the Dollar Tree. They come 3 for $1. If you've seen my past grocery hauls, you know what I'm talking about. And I've kind of gotten used to not using so much plastic, and so now that I feel like everything is just in a bag as I'm like pulling it out, I don't know, I'm not loving it. So I'm kind of wondering if I'm able to just kind of request no bags and put them in bags like as they bring them out. If you guys have tried Walmart grocery pickup and you guys usually use reusable bags, let me know if you guys have figured out if there's like a way to do that, because I would just love to not have to use so many plastic bags and be able to just use my reusable bags instead. Okay, and as I'm moving on, I'm realizing they actually put more apples even in my bag. So I don't really know why I have this bag and then another bag, but I got extra apples, so I'm not complaining because we definitely will go through them. I probably ordered this many, I just did not realize that they had put them into 2 bags, but I did get extra apples as well. For a snack this week, I just got some tortilla chips. These are the Great Value, which is the Walmart brand, the thin and crispy cantina style tortilla chips. I don't think I've ever gotten this brand before, or like these kind, but I do like to have tortilla chips on hand sometimes, especially if we're having like guacamole or we can dip it in salsa. It's just like not a terrible snack, I think, or like a treat. But it's kind of fun to have some chips, especially since we have my mom and sister in town and we are just like watching movies, hanging out. It's kind of fun to just have like those little snacks around. The next thing I picked up was some cabbage. This is just a green cabbage, and this will be going into my chow mein. Now I actually do need to run to our really close local grocery store to get like some of the chow mein noodles, because I was looking online and I'm not super familiar. I can't remember which ones I picked up last time, so I'm gonna have to go to that store and see exactly what they were. But whenever I share that recipe, I will definitely show you the package so you guys can kind of see what they look like and which kind of noodles you're looking for, but they turned out perfect in that recipe. But this is just going to be going for the chow mein recipe. And I also have a cabbage soup recipe. I know a lot of you guys have tried it and said it's so good. Everyone in my family loves that one. So I will go ahead and link this cabbage soup recipe. Even though we are not having it right now, I will link that one for you guys. You can check it out. It's so healthy for you and so good. And it is also plant-based. I also got some grits. I haven't really been eating grits for a really long time. I kind of go in spurts, like remembering that they even exist, and then I will have them all the time, just like loving them. So I'm kind of in that phase, like remembering that grits are a thing and I'm loving them. So I wanted to go ahead and get more because I'm almost out. And the same thing goes for cream of wheat. I kind of forget that it exists once in a while, and then we won't have it for a few months, and then I'll kind of remember about it. And everyone in my family loves it. I usually will have grits when my kids and my husband have the cream of wheat, but we just ran out last week, and so I wanted to go ahead and pick up some more. The next thing I picked up is 2 yellow onions. I think this is one of the items that were actually substituted. I think I ordered sweet onions and they didn't have any, so they just gave me some yellow onions, but it's not really a big deal at all. And I had said that I would accept substitutions on anything, so yeah, it works out. But I'm just going to be using these onions on any kind of dishes this week. I think I use them on almost everything, maybe almost every dish this week. So I always am using onions. So the very last thing that I got is this big, huge 10-pound bag of flour. I actually, as I was ordering this, was kind of thinking this was a smaller one. That's, I guess, is like the 5-pound bag. And this is one drawback that I see to getting your groceries online, is you kind of have to realize like what sizes you're needing, because in this case, I totally thought a 10-pound bag was the smaller one and I would have only needed the 5-pound bag at a time. It's not a big deal. I'll definitely go through this. I will just have to store this when I put the rest of it into my container. But I think you definitely need to kind of figure out and learn like how much each thing is without seeing it. So I'll next time know that the 10-pound thing of flour is huge and I only need to look for the 5-pound one. And I am mostly going to be using this flour for making our homemade pancakes. I have been running out because I've made them a lot in the last few weeks, but I will also be using them to make like homemade bread and things like that. So today at Walmart, I spent $57 even. It was a little bit more expensive, but I did have that $10 promo code that I will actually share with you guys. And that way it made it, instead of $65.58 plus tax and then minus the $10.17 for the promo code, it made it $57. So I felt like getting everything for 57 bucks was amazing. But even if it was 65, I think that was actually still a really good deal as well. So overall, I would say I was definitely really impressed with the Walmart pickup. I feel like it was very easy. It was super convenient, not having to take everyone in the store and go and search for all the items. I think there were a few drawbacks. One, like they tried to substitute a dairy-free ranch for a regular ranch that had dairy in it, but it wasn't a huge deal. They just told me about it, and then whenever they were putting it into my car, I just told them we couldn't have dairy, and they went ahead and took it off my order, so I didn't end up getting charged for that. I had also ordered some meatless sausages. They actually were out of stock, and so they weren't able to substitute anything for that. But that's not a big deal, because if I would have gone to the store and they would have been out anyway, I just would have had to gone to a different store anyway, so that wasn't like a huge deal. And as far as picking the produce, I feel like they picked everything really nice. I probably would have picked the same produce except for the bananas. The bananas were really the only thing that I felt I didn't really get a very good banana or a good set of bananas. I feel like I definitely would have picked differently. Now I have to say I am kind of picky when I pick bananas. I always try and pick ones that are like pretty like green and yellow, going to be like ripening throughout the week, and I do like to eat them when they have like a little bit of green on them. So I know that's a lot different than a lot of people, but that's just how I pick my bananas. So I'm wondering if in the future I could maybe write a note on that and say, please pick me very green bananas, and maybe they could do that. If not, I don't know, maybe I just won't get my bananas with them, or maybe I'll try it out again and see if they pick better ones next time. It is definitely like a risk not being able to pick things yourself, but I do feel like overall they did a really good job. So I am very happy with the Walmart pickup. I think I am definitely going to do this again. I think maybe I might go back and forth, or just on really busy weeks, I might order through Walmart pickup. But let me know in the comments below if you guys have done Walmart pickup before, and if you have, how your experience has been, because it's very new to me still. I'm just kind of getting used to it, but overall, I just am really happy with it. I will definitely be doing this again. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Do not forget to subscribe down below if you are not already, and also head over to Instagram and follow me over there. As I have said before, I am starting to share my meal plans over on Instagram stories whenever I'm not able to do a grocery haul for that week, just because I'm trying to create all kinds of different content for you guys, and putting grocery hauls every single week is definitely taking up a lot of time. And so I'm trying to do maybe like 2 grocery hauls a month or so. But anytime that I do not have a grocery haul out that week, I will be sharing those over on Instagram. So definitely go follow me over there, and I will see you guys in my next one.